Yeah, and you absolutely think that they're going to fly because it's a fucking
Yes.
ET moment, and then you're like, okay, good.
Yes, exactly.
The minute that they didn't fly, I was like, all right, the people who are running this, that's a thing, like,
Yes.
there are scenes like that. Obviously, that's pretty late in the game, but there's scenes like that where you know that you come to an impasse, you come to a trail in the woods, and it forks off,
Yes.
and the left turn is good and right turn is bad, and so many times when I watch movies, they get to that impasse and they make the bad turn.
Yeah.
And I instantly lose faith in them. I'm like, oh no, fuck this, never mind. You know?
Because it's too on the nose. It's too expected.
Yeah, it's expected. It's I don't know. It's just
derivative.
Shit that's just a bad idea.
Yeah.
And for the most part, Stranger Things didn't do that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. The only thing that I was really bummed about.
Yeah.
Is the CGI monster.
Everybody's been saying the same thing. Is it so hard to do a practical effects monster?
Dude, they had Spectral Motion make a suit. Like, I don't know if they had a problem with the actor in the suit, that it just properly or what. But, like, heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. The guys who sculpted on it.
Yeah.
Like, Miles Tevis, the guy who created Darkness from Legend. Like, worked on, like, as a designer, worked on RoboCop and sculpted the prosthetics for Benjamin Button and shit. Like, heavy fucking hitter. Like, trying to think who else was on that one. Brian Wade, another one, huge heavy hitter as far as sculpting goes. Like, I want to see pictures of that suit. Like, why haven't they come out? Like, they made an animatronic head that opened, and you could see that they used it in a few brief shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there were, like, inserts where I'm like, oh, that's a thing, that's real. And then, like, back to CGI bullshit. And then, like, another one, like, oh, that's real. And then just fucking back to CGI bullshit. And it's like, dude, just put a guy in a fucking suit.
Yeah.
Because in all of those scenes, I would have felt so much more terrified for those kids had it not been a video game monster coming after them. And when you're doing a 80s throwback, even if it's a little cheesy, you go that way rather than the other way.
Yeah.
So...
And, you know, honestly, I'd have been fine if they didn't show the monster this time. Like, normally I'm like, oh, I want to see the monster. I'd be okay if you just saw pieces of him, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to see the whole thing. And his face doesn't need to open either. He's creepy enough as it is.
No, I actually thought that the whole face flower thing was dog shit.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Well, and it's not scary. You know why? Flowers aren't fucking scary.
Yeah.
Even flowers with teeth aren't scary.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there. Like, oh, it looks like a terrifying plant with teeth. Like, no, it doesn't. Give it a fucking vagina head.
Yes.
And with teeth in it, then that's scary.
Do you know what a lamprey is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do a lamprey head, and then the teeth on the inside rotate or some shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Not a flower.
Yeah.
Flowers aren't scary. Dear Duffer Brothers, flowers aren't scary. I love you, but flowers aren't scary.
Yeah. So that was
Little Shop of Horrors, he was not a flower.
Yeah. The other thing, too, is in this other dimension, there was only one of these creatures. Like, it's not populated by them.
We don't know anything about the creatures, though. Like, maybe, you know, I don't know. I guess we'll find out, right? Like, what that thing was, or how it got there.
Yeah.
Why it was eating those eggs. Where did the fucking eggs come from? Like,
exactly. And
it's a lot of unanswered questions.
Why is there why is there still like a house in this other dimension, right? Like, who built this exactly identical house to the one that they're in right now? So my theory, something's place the brain there that we just got, dummy. My theory is that is an alternate dimension that was going along just as well as ours, and then somehow these aliens came through, or whatever dimensional beings came through and then took it over, which is why there's still buildings that are exactly identical to ours.
Oh, so shit's the same, but just...
Exactly. So there's multiple dimensions that are just like ours that are going along, everything's fine, but then like one thing changes, like, oh, Hitler doesn't die, so, or, you know, something else. JFK doesn't get assassinated. So their paths then diverge at that point. So
exactly. Like as new things are built in our realm, new things don't get built in that realm.
Yes, because at that point the aliens came and killed everybody, and now they live in that dimension, which is why there would be an identical house.
I think it's more of like a parallel echo.
Okay.
I think that it's like a dimensional echo, as in, so like everything that's in our realm is in that realm in some solid sense.
Yeah.
But it's just like a weird echo. So like as new things are built and things change, like it changes in that realm.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a real. It's like it's almost between dimensions. There's like a space between the dimensions.
Yeah.
So that's the way that I like to think of it.
What would create those things?
The Langoliers.
Yeah, right. Well, and this is why I don't subscribe to that theory, is because when she was hanging the Christmas tree lights in her house to communicate, they weren't in the other dimension. When they went to her house in the other dimension, there was no writing on the walls. There were no Christmas tree lights. Nothing had changed that they had changed in their house. Which is the other thing, like, how is the son able to communicate with her if he can't see the Christmas lights? And he can't see her?
Yeah. There you go.
Like, I don't understand. Like, they never showed a scene where you could kind of see through the veil and see someone on the other side because it was thin or something like that. They needed a scene like that when they were in, like... They fought the monster. There's no reason for them to fight the monster, because they fight the monster and the monster dies. Who doesn't die? It doesn't matter, because later on the monster still comes back. So what was the point? So they needed a scene where they were fighting the monster and they could see them in the other dimension. They could see them fighting the monster.
Right. And that would absolutely make sense.
And then they could see the Christmas lights and that kind of stuff. And like somehow the monster is what makes the veil thin or something like that. So like the areas around him, he's able to like pierce through the dimensions or something. I don't know, but they just needed a little more on that end, I think.
I also felt like as they started explaining it, I was like, oh, Silent Hill.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, I've played this before.
Yeah.
There's the fact that there's a dark realm where there's like, it's kind of foggy and there's shit floating in the air.
Yeah.
I'm like, so Silent Hill?
Yeah, dude, it's totally Silent Hill, like the ash and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. I didn't even put that together till you said that. That's funny. I like it though.
Like everyone was like, "Oh, it's the you know, it's the most original whatever." And I was like,
right?
I'm like, you just fucking
took Aliens and put it with Silent Hill.
You took like E.T. and the Goonies, and you smashed it with Silent Hill, basically.
Yeah,
it's a story about, you know. Or actually, less the Goonies and actually more the Monster Squad.
Yeah, see, I never saw Monster Squad.
Because the dad was a cop in the Monster Squad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like... So that's where you get the whole, like, police presence.
Yeah. Well, and that was the thing, too. Like, they were talking about, like, why don't these kids just go to the police? Like, it's always like, oh, they just have to deal with it on their own. But just go to the fucking police.
Yeah. Why not? Like...
Do have to go there. How do I get there? I liked it though. I liked the opening theme. Never got old for me. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, totally.
Secret mission, you failed. Oh fuck you.
I like this game is very blunt. Secret mission. Should I try it again? No, you failed.
Failed. Did you hear me the first time? You fucking retard. You loser. You failed.
F is for failure.
F is for fuck you. Oh man. So I love the opening theme. I love the music. I loved everything about it. It's super 80s nostalgic, and it's super dark too.
Yeah.
So they did a good job. Good job, guys. Okay.
I didn't like the way that people were describing it.
Yeah.
I thought that I was gonna just like be insanely in love with it because I fall in love with shit on Netflix.
Yeah.
I guess just because I already have all of those other things. Like I've seen both Silent Hill movies.
Yeah.
I've played through some of the games. I've seen the Goonies and John Carpenter things and Stephen King movies. And like we have all of those things.
Yeah.
So in their Quentin Tarantino mix up of whatever, like it's still fun. It's like, you know, I don't know. It's like sushi burritos, you know?
Delicious.
Take two things that I love and put them together, and it's like it's okay.
Yeah.
But you know, there aren't sushi burrito joints popping up on every corner. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. I liked it better as the season went on.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a couple episodes to really give a shit about what was happening.
Really?
Yeah, it just didn't grab me right away for whatever reason. I thought some of the writing was pretty slow.
Yeah.
I could have used a little more interaction. Like, as it went on, it seemed like the interaction between the kids got better.
Yeah.
And especially
the black kid. I hated that kid.
Yeah, he was bad. But towards the end, they make the joke about, I don't know, did he make like a joke about farting or something when they're hanging out? Like,
do they? I don't know.
At the very end when they're playing Dungeons and Dragons again.
Yeah.
Like that interaction to me was like very genuine.
Okay, yeah.
And
yeah,
I kind of miss that. Like them just being kids, giving each other a hard time in like a real kid way.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you farted. Shut up. I didn't fart. Like that kind of shit. Like, I feel like it needed a little more of that interaction between them to really make them feel like friends.
Yeah.
Other than they're all playing a game together, so they're friends.
Yeah, right?
It didn't feel real to me, and so I wasn't super engaged in that for whatever reason.
Yeah, I could see that.
So whatever. I hope season 2 is good. I hope they continue make a better show.
Yeah.
Like